Hi, Tim here with another episode of Tim's Thrifty Music. I have another 50 records to show you that I'm getting ready, that I'm packing for moving. So with that said, I'll start showing you the albums. First one, all of these at first will be like soundtracks. This is soundtrack to the movie Billy Jack, and as you can see right here, it says that 110 Soldier. That was the big hit from the soundtrack. Next one, the Blues Brothers. That's the movie soundtrack. Okay, Bronco Billy. That was a movie with Clint Eastwood in. Okay, Finian's Rainbow. This is a fun movie to watch. It's a good one for around St. Patrick's Day. About like an Irish settlement in the States. I can't remember where. I think Kentucky or somewhere like that, but I can't quite remember. It's just a fun movie. Buck Rogers. It's a soundtrack to that. It's Buck Rogers in the 25th century, I should say. Okay, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. The music was written by Burt Bacharach. The Karate Kid Part 2. Now, it's various artist compilations. This one is called the Now Sound. It's on Columbia Special Products. If I remember it, it's from the late 60s, early 70s. The Now Explosion. Another various artists one. I like getting these various artists ones because sometimes there's artists that I've never heard before, and it will get me to looking for those artists' albums too. This one's a Christian various artists one called Destined to Win. At the Hop, it has like songs from like the 50s. Okay, I got this from somebody in the mail. I can't remember who, and there's an album there. It's called Top Tune Bands 2. I found it on Discogs before. It's from like the 60s, and it's teen bands from at the time, and I hadn't really heard of any of those bands. Okay, yes. Okay, here's the Uncle one. Do It Now. Okay. 5-string banjo jamboree. This is pretty much bluegrass music, and there's 5 different groups. Like Flat and Scruggs do 3 songs. The Stanley Brothers do it 2. Denver Duke and Jeffrey Null do 2, and Carl Story and the Ramblin' Mountaineers do 3. This one I have a couple copies of it. I had one that I liked, but it was speed up, and I got another copy. It's Ronco one too. I'll get it down, and it has a lot of good stuff on it. I think this one was one from my mom's collection, Great Songs of America, and all these artists on top and bottom here. Okay, I'll starting with some other ones. ZZ Top, the best of ZZ Top. And of course, who doesn't have this one, the Eliminator. Youngbloods Rock Festival. Yo Young after the gold rush. John Paul Young's Logos in the Air. Might remember that song from the 70s, a mellow one. Okay, all this in World War III. This is I've discovered this a soundtrack to a movie. Or all this in World War II. The soundtrack they showed footage from World War II, but throughout it all they were playing music done by the London Symphony Orchestra and various other artists such as Ambrosia, Elton John, the Bee Gees, Leo Sayer, Brian Ferry, Ray Wood, Keith Moon, Rod Stewart, David Essex, Jeff Lynne, The Four Seasons, Helen Reddy, Frankie Lane, the Brothers Johnson, Status Quo, Henry Girls, Peter Gabriel, Frankie Valli, Tina Turner. And the Peter Gabriel one was pretty good. If I remember right, he's one that let me look back at it. Yes, he did Strawberry Fields Together, and Ambrosia, they did Magical Mystery Tour, and they did a real good job on that. Okay, the next one, and that's a 2 LP set, and here's another 2 LP set that a lot of people have. Saturday Night Fever, of course, soundtracks. Yeah, I went back to the soundtracks from various artists' albums. Okay, Rolling Stone presents 50s rock and roll classics. So this is a collection of hits from the 50s. Here's another one. I know it looks like Becca's sticking out of it. This, if I remember right, I got this at the Cinder State, so I got the first one of that Pass It On or whatever it's called. But it's another one up full of 70s hits on it. Okay, here's a song going back more to like the 60s, Shindig. It has like the Four Seasons, Floyd Kramer, Jan and Dean, Jerry Lee Lewis, Solomon Burke, and Jimmy Clanton on it. Sun City, this is one from back in the 80s. This was one because there was so much in South Africa about the apartheid, and this is by Artists Against Apartheid. This has a lot of popular artists got together and did this, make this album. It's about like how they all got together to do We Are the World. Okay. This one has various vocal hit sounds. It has Dan Murray, Glenn Campbell, Dionne Warwick, B.J. Thomas, and Peggy Lee. Starburst, this is a 2 LP set, and the type of music on it varies. There's some Tony Bennett and then Tammy Wynette, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. So, O.C. Smith, Mood Machine or Mold Machine, however you pronounce it. So, the music on that one's all over the place. 20 Explosive Original Stars. This one's on K-Tel. Or it's 20 Explosive Fits is the name of it. Another K-Tel 25 rock revival greats is like from the 50s. Music from the 50s. The Columbia Sound 16. This is has like from the late 50s and early 60s. $1 Million Memories. This is like from the music from the 60s. The Sounds of America. This is more like one for folk singers. Like has like New Christian Minstrels, Village Stompers, Wes and Larry Elgart, Platt and Scruggs, and the Halifax 3. The Music for UNICEF Concert. This is something they had like in 1980 or something like that. And Andy Gibb was one of the hosts for it. And like, so you can imagine that Bee Gees was one of the groups doing it. A Winter Solstice. This is the first one of this series by Windham Hill. It has you have the various Windham Hill artists doing like Christmas music or like winter type music on it. After Hours, this is another K-Tel one from the early 80s, if I remember right. Believe in Music, another K-Tel one from the 70s. Night Flight. This is from this is from the early 80s. Another K-Tel one. Sundown. This is K-Tel one, but it's on this one it's all country artists. Super Country, another K-Tel one with all country artists. Okay, Harp. What that Harp means is Holly Near, Arlo Guthrie, Robbie Gilbert, and Pete Seeger. This is a concert they did together, doing some of each other's music. Okay, this one, it's Stevie Wonder, Aretha Franklin, Donny Hathaway, Staple Singers, and Ray Charles recorded live at Newport in New York. Another K-Tel one, Expressions. This is from 1980, so it will have stuff like from 79 and 80 on it. Okay, back to your regular artist. Okay, Yes, Big Generator. Jesse Cullum Young, On the Road. Glenn Yarborough, a folk singer, firmly wherever I may find her. Another Glenn Yarborough, recorded recorded that live at the Hungry Eye. '60s dance party, so all '60s stuff. But but the reason why I got this one is for a certain song on there. It's by Chad. The song is by Chad Allen and the Guess Who, "Shaking All Over." Headliners of '64. This is Columbia one with artists that with their big songs from '64. And this is headliner 65. To finish this off, it's like the 64 one. So that's all I have for you for this time. So until next time, take it easy and keep on rocking.